Well, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. Me and this woman's over here are gonna go get her mom's car because it needs some work done. And I'm the only one qualified to do this. I don't understand why people believe that, but I have to drive over there, go pick up this car, drive it back, and figure out what's wrong with it. There's a long list of parts. Alicia says there's a long list of parts. She's camera shy, don't mind her. Yeah, I know, it's gonna be a fun, exciting day with this wonderful weather we're having. It was better yesterday. All right, so we made it to the car I'm driving, and it's a Lexus. And I'm letting it warm up. There's a maintenance required light. So yeah, some things, but the steering wheel doesn't like to turn at all. That's, I can already tell you right now, that's not good. That's definitely not what it's supposed to do. The lady said hi to me. She thinks I was somebody that I'm not. Well, it wasn't me, apparently. What I'm already starting to believe that this is actually the power steering pump, most likely. That's honestly exactly what it feels like. But then again, well, it's so good to drive it on the road. If given it gas, it works better. Well, that's what it is. But I'm trying to let it warm up a little bit before I go. So let's go on our little drive and see what happens. Realistically, it drives okay. But it definitely needs to warm up. There's a lot of squeaks and creaks and other things coming from, it feels like, the suspension and the rear trailing arms. It kind of just feels like it's coming from everywhere. Wow, they put a four-way stop sign here. That's unheard of. There must have been a lot of accidents in this intersection. I don't know, it's accelerating just fine. Shifting gears like it should. It's not really herky-jerky, but definitely the power steering's not happy, even the slightest. I guess I'm gonna have to look at everything else. Hard to say. Alicia's following behind me. She's back there. You guys can see her. It's in the little Jeep. It's either the rack and pinion or it's the power steering pump. It's hard to say, at least from first sight, so we'll see. I'm gonna keep driving, I'm gonna get home, and then I'm gonna start looking at this thing. Alright, so if you guys know what kind of car it is, please put your comments down below. Tell me what kind of car it is if you guys already know, or if you guys already knew what kind of car it was. This video deserves a like. Now, for the rest of you that have no idea what kind of car this is, to your surprise, it's a 2004 to 2006 Lexus Rx330, I believe. I know, so exciting I get to work on beautiful cars. But it needs a lot of work, so I need to figure out every little thing about it. This woman had to tailgate me the entire time. Seriously. You know what they say about women drivers. Scary, especially this one. But yeah, so I'm gonna go inside for a second, and then I'm gonna come back outside and then start figuring out what is wrong. All right, so I don't know what totally is wrong. In all seriousness, I really don't know what totally is wrong. I am gonna figure it out regardless. So hopefully I can do this one-handed. The latch on this is broken, so I gotta finagle my hand in here. But here is the dirty engine bay. No, it's actually pretty clean. It could be worse. The power steering fluid's full. The only other option it could be is literally the power steering pump. At least from what I think immediately could be the power steering pump. Or it could be the rack and pinion. I don't know 100%. Steering definitely is not happy when it's cold, when it's really cold. Yeah, I'm gonna try and finagle around and figure out what this is and go from there. Do some research on Googles. Believe in the Googles. The Googles can sometimes lead you down to the correct answer that you are searching for, so I'm gonna give that a shot. I'm kind of glad this happened, but the fancy Googles told me that more than likely it is the power steering pump that's screeching, because it's really hard to turn when it's cold, but as soon as it warms up, perfectly fine. Makes sense to me that it's the power steering pump, and then it's screeching when it's turning left and right, all the way lock to lock. I gotta figure out how easy it is to get to it. I'm not actually 100% worried. If you guys actually watched my video with Fred, we took his Mini apart just to do hoses and coolant lines. So this honestly shouldn't be that much more difficult. I just have to see what parts am I gonna go with. I gotta see what OEM costs, because OEM just lasts longer, no matter what. It's built for the car, and I just feel more secure if it's OEM. But I gotta see the price of it. If it's like $200, $300, $400 over what aftermarket is, then yeah, probably not gonna go with it, but more likely do it. Shockingly is that I actually did manage to do a brand new starter in this thing in the parking lot of a high school. I literally brought some tools and literally did the starter in this thing in a parking lot of a high school. That was a fun adventure. That was a whole lot of driving around, throwing parts back in the car, calling places, and shockingly enough, a place in town actually had the part. Awesome. So now, more than likely, I gotta do some more work on this, but I gotta figure out what parts cost, and then, yeah, you know, go from there. So, cool. I'm gonna try something else first before we go into like full-blown repair, but I'm heading to O'Reilly's right now. I'm gonna pick up some ATF because that is the power steering fluid that Lexus uses. I never knew. But then again, I didn't pay attention. I don't see this car daily, so you forget things, you know? I'm gonna try and flush the system completely as best I can. I need a turkey baster too. I'm gonna try to suck up all the old fluid and replace it with new and see if it likes it. If it likes it better, cool. If it solves the problem, awesome. That way I don't have to get a new pump. But if all that new fluid doesn't help, well, at least I know that it needs a new pump and I should go along and try and find a new pump. So to O'Reilly's I go, and to find a turkey baster as well.
1 hour later.
All right, so I got the woman behind the camera. I got back. I had to finagle this turkey baster with some tube because it wouldn't fit in this hole right here. And then I got a little squeeze bottle. I don't know if any of this is gonna work. Got a bunch of automatic transmission fluid. So we're gonna do this the most shadiest way I know how. This might be fun, might not be. I don't know. I don't know why the woman's pointing the camera away from me. It's kind of strange. She doesn't pay attention, but that's okay. We're just gonna finagle this. So this looks pretty clean. It's dark, but it looks clean. Yes, bright red goop. So I emptied this thing out. Now I gotta pour some new stuff in, turn the steering wheel left and right, and maybe this will work. It's windy, so. Woman! What are you zooming in onto my stuff for? So now I'm just gonna fill this up. Oh man, look how clean that looks. That looks so clean. That's filled up. Close the cap. Now I gotta take all this gunk out and then keep doing this till it looks like it's one color. So I'm basically just gonna do this like 3, 4, 12, 27 times until, you know, something works or it doesn't work. Best of luck, it works. Worst case scenario, it doesn't. Then it's definitely gonna need a power steering pump, and yeah, we'll go from there. So until this fluid looks like what it comes out of that jug on the floor, I'm gonna just keep doing this. All right, so I've probably done this maybe 3, 4 times now, but it's coming out a lot cleaner. It was really dark to begin with, but I'm still getting some squealing. More than likely, it's probably gonna be a power steering pump. Yeah, not everything was gonna be an easy fix, but you guys hear that? Yeah, it really just does not like it. It's just squealing up a storm, but I'm probably gonna just leave it here with the new fluid. I'm gonna order a power steering pump, so as soon as that comes in, we'll get into replacing the power steering pump on this Rx330. Fred still has some of my stuff, so I need some of my stuff if I'm gonna do this comfortably. This is the stuff I got. This Valvoline full synthetic import. says it's good for Hondas, Toyotas, and so on and so forth. This is basically a Toyota deep down underneath. And then the last thing I was gonna do was I got some of this Mess sensor cleaner, because that thing gets dirty all the time. So I gotta pull this, spray it out, make it clean again. Hopefully the engine just is happier with it a little bit better. But as far as that goes, at least up to this point, I'm pretty much gonna stop here. There's not much else I can do. And then, yeah, wait till tomorrow. I'll start it up, see if it is herky-jerky in the morning. If it is, then I know it's not a fluid problem, then it's a pump problem. So, oh man,
Look at that dark cloud.
man, that cloud is so dark. It's so, like, ready to rain. So, I don't feel like being out here much longer. There's a lot of clouds. Right there is perfect. Just right there. Yeah, all that. Yeah. So that's nice. That's a really dark cloud, honestly. There's some dark clouds around me, but yeah, so we'll see how that goes. It might be good, might not be good. But yeah, so new pump. Let's see how long it takes to show up. Might be fast, might be slow. Who knows? Let's give it a shot. So I pulled out the mass airflow sensor, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but that right there is pretty dang dirty. So I'm gonna spray this out, try to make it look clean, and see what it looks like. All right, so it's been about 5 days, 4 days, 5 days, 4 days, because the weather has just been terrible, and I haven't been able to work on this thing at all. That's what happens when you have a one-car garage, and your one-car garage is your gym. Priorities. But I'm gonna start this thing up again. I'm gonna get the power steering to warm up. I'm okay with doing another flush before I do the whole power steering, because at this point, might as well do the whole power steering pump, the belt that connects it, and this thing also has a maintenance required light, and so no oil change is needed. Warm up, drive it around, and then see how it goes. Cool. I took it for a test drive. Same problem. It's up in the air. Wheels off. Wheels turned. I've got the woman's over there turning the steering wheel. But you guys can see, that's the power steering pump. That's spinning. All right, go to lock. Now, realistically, I don't know what that means. Could be bad. I'm gonna do some Googling on that, and then see if I can find a different answer. Maybe there's a different answer that I'm looking for that's just not apparent to me. If you guys know what's up, just in the comments down below, just tell me what's wrong, and I would have probably already figured this out by now because I would have done 10 other things, but power steering pump, cool. This was just more or less of an annoying type of job, but I got both belts out, finally. Honestly, they don't look terrible. Like, it might be old and dry rotted, but they don't look terrible. But I got both belts off, these two. I'm gonna go to O'Reilly's and grab two new ones. So swap the new belts on, and we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll work, maybe we'll fix it, or maybe not, and I'll look like an idiot. I'm going with the second one because the idiot part is more likely. So to O'Reilly's I go. And just like that, we're back. Belts in hand, woman standing. I don't know why she always waves. Do you guys know why she waves? Because I don't. I don't know who she's even waving at. It's like she doesn't see me every day. Oh, finagled this belt on. I don't know if this is gonna fix it, but I finagled that belt on. This one right here. Oh, if you guys were expecting this to be like a DIY channel where I teach you how to fix your car, I'm so sorry. That is not the purpose of these videos. I get to fix these cars. They're fun. I enjoy it. Most of the time, not all the time. There are much better people than me to do DIY. I just kind of do it just to do it. Like, if you guys have questions, I'm pretty sure I can answer them. But if you guys are looking specifically for me to tell you every single little thing on how to do this, there are plenty of other people to do this. I'm just doing it because I can. And my antics are sometimes hilarious. So, in an attempt to try to make this easier, because I gotta tighten that adjuster down there right next to the alternator. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's over there. I gotta make this super long extension. I don't know if it's gonna help, but I'm gonna try. Alright, so I just gotta keep doing it with this. I'm sure there are much easier ways, but I don't want to do any more than I already should. Alright, well, that worked. What a surprise, right? Something actually worked and I was able to tighten it. That's crazy! Not really. This has taken me way longer than it should. People say it's like, oh, it only took me this long. For God's sakes, after everything I've done, this has taken me forever. It's fine. It wasn't really that hard, just really annoying. Yeah, let's keep going. I just have to tighten down the tensioner on the power steering pump and then see if it still works. All right, let's see if that did anything. So it started, it's running. Let's double check that the belts are fine. I think the belts look good. Power steering pump's running. Let's see if the belts helped. Who knows? Maybe it was just a slipping belt. Oh. So it does it just a hair. I'll have to take a look at the other camera. I'm gonna look at the footage of the other camera and then see what that looked like. After reviewing the little baby camera, well, the other GoPro, so the pump didn't stop. It's squealing a little bit, so I don't know if there's just some air in the line somewhere or what, but it's working a lot better. It's definitely not squeaking like you guys were hearing earlier. So I'm just gonna flush out the fluid just one more time. Doesn't hurt. I bought extra, so hopefully maybe get some of it out and yeah, button this thing back up together and go take it for a drive and see how she acts. The big tester would be tomorrow and see if the steering wheel even turns. So this day's not over yet. Not even. It still needs an oil change. So maybe I'll just stop for today. So if you guys enjoyed it, if you guys enjoyed me, at least you guys enjoyed me working on family cars, friends' cars, anything and everything in far between. The Jeep, that has mods waiting for it too. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, if there's anything you guys particularly want to know about or like in general, leave me down in the comment below. If you guys want to roast me, I don't care. But all right, guys and ladies, thanks for watching.
Again on the track.